Welcome! Today, we're going to break down a really powerful tool for traders, the Average Directional Index, or, as you'll hear me call it, the ADX. We're going to see how this one little indicator can help you figure out the real strength behind a market move. All right, let's just dive right in and tackle a problem that I promise you every single trader has faced. I don't care if you're a total beginner or a seasoned pro.
You know the feeling. You see the price start to move, your hand is literally on the mouse, but you freeze because you have this nagging question in your head. Is this the start of a huge new trend, or is this just a fake out designed to suck me in and take my money?
And you know what? That hesitation is smart. Jumping the gun on a weak, choppy trend is one of the fastest ways to lose. But what if there was a tool specifically built to clear away that fog, to answer that one big question for you?
Well, there is. And that's exactly what we're going to get into. Think of it like a strength meter, not for the gym, but for the market itself.
So, let me introduce you to the Average Directional Index, the ADX. Its whole purpose, its one and only job, is to tell you how strong the current trend is. That's it.
And here's what's so cool about it. The ADX does not care one bit if the price is shooting up or tanking. It just measures the raw, underlying power driving that move. It's like looking at the needle on a power gauge.
So let me say that again, because it's the most important thing to get. The ADX measures the market's muscle, not which way it's flexing. A high rating means you've got a really strong trend, like a powerful river current. A low rating means the market is just kind of floating around, like a calm lake. It is a strength meter, not a compass.
So, how do we actually read this strength meter? Well, let's break down the key numbers you've got to watch out for on your charts. The first number you need to burn into your brain is 20. If you see the ADX line dipping below 20, that's a huge red flag. It's telling you there is basically no trend at all. The price is just chopping sideways, and honestly, it's probably best to just sit on your hands.
Now, on the complete opposite end of that spectrum is the number 50. When that ADX line shoots up and crosses above 50, whoa, the market is pretty much screaming at you that an extremely powerful, high-momentum trend is on.
So here's the full cheat sheet. Like we said, below 20, weak trend, stay away. The sweet spot where things get interesting is usually between 20 and 40. That suggests a nice, healthy trend is building. Anything above 40 is considered an extremely strong trend. And also, watch the line itself. If it's rising, the trend is getting stronger. If it starts to fall, that's your warning sign that the trend is losing steam.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but what does this actually look like on a real chart with real money on the line? Let's take a look.
We've got two great examples here from babypips.com. On the left, we've got what we call a ranging market. Basically, it's going nowhere. And on the right, you'll see a market that's in a powerful, undeniable trend.
So in that first chart, just look at the ADX indicator down at the bottom. See how it's just flatlining below 20? And what's the price doing? Exactly. It's stuck in this boring, sideways channel. There is no trend worth trading there. But then, look what happens. All of a sudden, the ADX wakes up. It starts climbing, and bam, it breaks above 50. That was the signal. That boring sideways action was over, and a monster downtrend kicked off. A move that, in this case, was worth about 400 pips, which is just how traders measure this stuff.
And this is really critical to remember. This works the exact same way for uptrends. A rising ADX breaking above 50 is just confirming that a strong move is happening. It doesn't care which direction.
This all sounds pretty great, right? But before you go slapping this on all of your charts, there's one absolutely critical rule you have to understand.
So what is the catch? What is the one thing this incredibly useful indicator just cannot do for you?
And here it is. The ADX is your strength meter, but it is not your compass. It tells you if a trend is strong enough to even bother trading, but it will never, ever tell you which way that trend is going. You still need to look at the chart or use another tool to figure out if you should be buying or selling.
So this leads to a few really smart ways to use it. You can use a rising ADX to confirm that a price breakout is the real deal. You can combine it with something simple like a moving average that tells you the direction, and you can use a falling ADX as an early warning that, hey, maybe this trend is running out of gas and it's time to take your profits.
It all comes back to that classic saying in trading, the trend is your friend. But as the team at Baby Pips so wisely points out, it's your friend until it's not. The ADX is the tool that can help you see when that friendship might be about to end.
So, by adding the ADX to your charts, you can stop just guessing if a trend is strong enough to follow. Now you can actually measure it. You can put a number on its power. So the only question left is, how are you going to use that information?